Hello and welcome to my city, White Rock, a city located right on the Pacific Ocean and surrounded by the city of Surrey. With just under 20,000 residents and over 60 years as a recognized municipality, this is the place I've called home for my whole life. Although I have lived here my whole life, and my family even longer, we were not the first people to call this place home. Long before us, the Semiahmoo First Nation were the only people to reside here, and some of them still do to this day. The Semiahmoo First Nation Reserve is located on the east side of White Rock Beach. Also located on the reserve is a marijuana dispensary called Indigenous Bloom, which is owned and operated by First Nations peoples and is the only marijuana dispensary in White Rock. One of White Rock's main tourist attractions is the actual White Rock located on the beach, and there is some First Nations history behind it. As the story goes, the chief's daughter of the Cowichan tribe was in love with the sea god's son, but they could not be together since she was mortal and he was a god. In his anger, he threw a giant rock down over the gulf, and wherever it landed would be their new home. And now for a brief walk down memory lane. My mom moved from Calgary to White Rock in 1986 and lived here, where you can see there is no longer a house. It's actually been empty for a few years now. Then she moved here, and also here. My dad moved from Winnipeg to White Rock in 1973, and he lived here. After my parents met and got married, they moved here in 1999, and we lived here until 2005. When I was in kindergarten, we moved here, and haven't moved since. This is Laura's Coffee Corner, which didn't hold much significance until a few years ago when Justin Trudeau was running for Prime Minister and came here to have lunch one day. He was here supporting the Liberal MP of the White Rock South Surrey riding, Gordie Hogg. Amazingly, Gordie won that election, which was almost shocking since White Rock had been a conservative voting riding. This isn't all surprising since the median age in White Rock as of 2016 was 56.8, and the largest population of White Rock is the age group between 65 and 69 years old. This is largely due to the fact that many people, including my grandparents, choose White Rock as their retirement city. This can be seen by the new retirement living apartment buildings that continue to be built in the area, such as this one called Oceana Park, that was just built on Johnston Road. I played many different sports through elementary and high school, but nothing really stuck until I started playing rugby. Where I spent most of my time outside of school was on these rugby fields. I played for 3 years and spent every day after school either at practice or at a game. And in my first year we won our regional playoffs and came in 4th at provincials. The high school I attended is called Semiahmoo Secondary, and our mascot was the Totems. Our high school name and mascot came from the Semiahmoo First Nation that I previously mentioned. The 3 high schools in the White Rock area are Semiahmoo Secondary, Elgin Park Secondary, and Earl Marriott Secondary, which is the high school that my dad graduated from and was also our rival school. When I was 16, I got my first job at Save-On Foods, located in Semiahmoo Mall, which again is named after the Semiahmoo First Nation. I worked in the kitchen department and worked there for almost 2 years. After I quit, I still managed to spend time with some of my favorite coworkers. We even went bowling last week for this one, Sydney's birthday. After I quit my job at Save-On Foods in 2018, I started working at PhysioMoves Physiotherapy as a receptionist, where I still work now. When I'm not at work or at school, I often find myself in Vancouver. Although White Rock is my home, when I want to go out with friends, Vancouver is where we end up most of the time. Whether it's going to concerts, which I do quite frequently, or for a day trip, Vancouver seems to be the place we can always find something to do. Unlike White Rock, Vancouver has many shopping destinations, fun activities, or bars and restaurants that we prefer to go to. White Rock has one bar that is catered to my age group, Town Hall, whereas Vancouver has many. The only shopping mall in White Rock is catered to the age demographic and doesn't have any shops we enjoy, so we find ourselves going to Vancouver often for these reasons. I am grateful to have grown up in White Rock in the Vancouver area, but I eventually would love to live in Amsterdam for a couple of years. When I traveled there last year, it immediately felt like home and surprisingly relaxed and slow-paced for a city of its size. White Rock is a wonderful city, and it's ideal for some people to live for obvious reasons such as the beaches and its slow pace. It's a great place to come home to, but I hope to be moving away in the future.